Hello, theories of crime and delinquency. This is going to be the first of a few video lectures, more kind of recaps or just kind of brief presentations so that we could get on the track, so you could get as much information as needed, and so we can get through the syllabus. So this little video is going to be a recap of some of the theorists from Durkheim forward, leaving out social disorganization theories, so you want to make sure you cover that on your own. For now, let's take a look at Durkheim, Merton, and Cohen really quickly. I got dressed for the occasion. Everybody please put on your thinking caps. All right, to review, Durkheim, most important thing, he is my man crush. You need to remember that. You need to know how important he is and how he changed the paradigm with which we study crime. The basic idea of Durkheim, crime is rooted in society. The basic rule of any society is that people's needs must be met. Rule one of any society, provide for its citizens' basic needs. The problem then, crime occurs anytime people's needs exceed their ability to achieve those needs. So their needs are greater than their means. For Durkheim, this happens during a period of rapid social or economic change, which he calls anomie. This rapid social or economic change creates an imbalance. The collective conscience, the social agreement, the shared values, norms, and beliefs becomes weakened, and society, the collective conscience, can no longer regulate or maintain the balance between people's needs and means, and that results in crime. For Durkheim, then, crime is something that happens to society. He was writing during that transition from what he called mechanical solidarity to what he called organic solidarity, or a shift from a low division of labor to a high division of labor. Set the foundation, crime is rooted in society, paradigm shift, awesome guy. Merton, big fan of Durkheim. Remember, they were friends on MySpace back when you didn't have Facebook. It was so long ago they only had MySpace. Merton agrees with Durkheim that crime is rooted in society. Also agrees that the basic problem of society is when people's needs far exceed their means. Where he disagrees with Durkheim is he argues that you don't need anything to happen to society to create this imbalance. Society is always changing, so anomie, or this rapid change to society or to the economy, is not necessary to create that imbalance. In fact, imbalance is part of our society, which is a class-based society. What Durkheim calls the collective conscience, Merton can pretty much call the American dream, or this middle-class status. And so the basic problem then is when people face blocked opportunities to the American dream. Remember, Malcolm X argued that for many people, in particular for African Americans, the American dream turned out to be a nightmare. So when everybody is told to achieve middle class status, but we recognize that if there's a middle class, by definition there must be a lower class, then we recognize that we're all being asked to win a race, but by definition not everybody can win. This creates strain, and the strain is released or relieved through crime. Of course, for Merton, the type of crime is instrumental crime. The goal of the crime is to try to achieve those things that are blocking you from achieving middle class status. Which brings us to Cohen. Like Durkheim, like Merton, Cohen agrees crime is rooted in society. Agrees that the basic problem is when people's needs far exceed their means. He agrees with Merton that change is not necessary, that we live in a class-based society. He uses the term the middle class measuring rod, this idea that everybody is judged by middle class standards. He argues, however, that individuals, particularly in grade school, reach a point where they realize they will never be accepted by the collective conscience. They will never achieve the American dream. They will never be part of the middle class. This creates, instead of calling it strain, this creates what he calls status frustration. People react to status frustration by no longer wanting what they can't have anyway. They reject what they cannot have. They form their own subculture. If they're rejected by the collective conscience, then the subculture provides them with respect, provides them with status, everything they need. For Cohen, crime is a rejection of middle class status. For Merton, crime is an attempt to achieve middle class status. So the key difference between Merton and Cohen, Merton predicts instrumental crime. Remember, he has the 5 different modes of adaptation. Cohen predicts expressive crime. Crime is rebellion or rejection. Hope this recap helped. There are going to be more little snippets that I will try to post. In the meantime, please make sure you are all caught up on this, and I'll see you in the library.